Hello and welcome everyone to Show and Sell, the show that's going to teach you the joys of digging through other people's trash. I am Trash Dragon of the West, Chris, and I sell media on Discogs, and I also sell T-shirts and media on eBay. My favorite color is green. Katie.
Great. I'm Katie. I am Trash Dragon of the South, and I mostly sell and look for clothing and accessories and anything that strikes my fancy. Basically, anything sparkly.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what. And my favorite color. That's a loaded question. I don't know. Did either of you, when you were kids, go through the crayon box to try to pick the color that sounded the coolest? So it'd be like, oh, my color is goldenrod. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I am.
You're a Stan?
Yeah.
No.
Celadon. Yeah. So, but my favorite color is probably black.
Black. Okay. Joseph, same questions.
Hi, I'm Trash Dragon of the East, Joe. Pew 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 pew
Wow.
pew.
Oh wow.
And I am, and I sell a little bit of everything. I also sell records. I sell a few clothes. I sell on the internet and in person. I have a space at an antiques mall, and I have a booth at a flea market. Just this week I sold a sealed copy of a Winnie the Pooh record. I sold a game and a poster that I sent the wrong poster, so I had to send him the correct poster with a return label and have him send me back the original.
Ooh.
So you sold the record of the kid's favorite who is flashing everyone all day, every day?
Yes.
Yeah.
The pants
Winnie
Pooh?
the Pooh in it is when you're walking around with a shirt and no pants.
I actually had a real good joke about, oh, he finally got arrested for that because he said he had a record. But you're welcome. I'll be here all day. I'll be here all day.
I had a joke about whatever takes your fancy, and I'm like, I bet her fancy is very fancy, so you're fancy.
There we go.
Yeah, thank you. You're welcome, everyone. And you guys are doing good.
What's your favorite color, Joe?
Oh yeah, Joe. Pink. What?
No, I didn't say pink. I said green. I also
green.
But I saw the Barbie movie, and so it's tilting toward pink.
Pink and green go well together.
Sure,
they do.
Yeah. Just natural complements. Very complementary colors.
All right, well, let's move into our first segment, the thing that brought us joy this week.
The thing that brought you joy.
So why don't we have Joe, you go first. What was the thing that brought you joy?
Okay, I'll see if you can guess. 1 second.
He better not be Winnie the Pooh in it.
He better not be.
Yeah,
this better not be.
Oh. I'm not. I left those days behind long
yes,
ago.
I know. Some kind of banana? Is that
he's still got it?
Okay.
Yeah.
It came in with a box of other instruments made by Honor. Honor, they make mostly it's a German company. They mostly known for their harmonicas, but this was a lot of 4 functional melodicas, 1 non-functional melodica, and a recorder. And I decided that the recorder is just I love the recorder, so I'm gonna keep that.
Did you play it as a kid?
Only in music class.
Yeah, so yes.
That counts.
So yes.
The answer is yes.
Sure, I played as a kid.
Yeah.
He didn't play professionally as a kid. He played only in music class.
And so, Katie, thing that brought you joy this week?
Oh, okay. I traveled a little bit last week. I went to right outside Atlanta to a place, Decatur. I think it's a neighborhood of Atlanta. I don't know. Decatur people don't come at me. I don't know if it's part of Atlanta or not part of Atlanta, but that's where I went.
It's also pronounced Decatur.
It better not. Okay, let's cover my bases. Decatur, Decatur. I went to Decatur, and we went, of course, did what we always do, which is look up oddities shops to try to see where to go.
Of which I assume Georgia has no lack of.
Yeah, it seemed full. We had some fun. But at one of the places, which was sort of I'm not a big fan of antique malls that have a lot of either everything's overpriced, everything's expensive. So it's great, but I'd like to have a few booths in there that are piled high with junk for me to dig through a little bit. I like that in an antique mall where a few of the booths just have lots and lots of stuff and I get to rifle around.
Yeah.
Not just, the austere mid-century modern glasses. There's nothing wrong with that, but I like a dig.
Or
so
the $20 LPs that you can get for $1 anywhere else.
Right. And so I got really excited because I found this. It weighs like 1,000 pounds and it's a giant lock.
That is amazing.
It's really cool. And it says private on the front, 1938. And it's really neat. It's really heavy. And I thought maybe it was very, very valuable. And I had a crushing moment researching on the internet. And I was like, okay, I'm going to look up this lock because maybe it's a jailer's lock or maybe it's a safe lock or a vault. I look this up. And I do see some people selling similar locks for hundreds of dollars on Etsy and eBay. And then there's one lone person selling a lock that says private 1938. And there said prop lock, $39. So I think it might be a prop. But it's, again, incredibly heavy. It's like made of iron.
It seems like a weird prop.
It seems weird for it to be a prop. So what I'm hoping is this is what they made the prop off of. This was the mold. Yeah. And then they made a light lock that sort of looks heavy. That's what I'm hoping.
Do you have the key or?
No, I also understand that they're not as valuable without the key. I did not do any research when I purchased. It was a good enough price that I didn't need to. But anyways, I did notice that they're very, very valuable with the key.
Do you have do you buy locks as a matter of course, or just something about this one grabbed your eye?
I'd never seen one.
Okay.
I have not seen one of these out in the wild.
I've never seen one like that.
I've never seen one like this. And so I also thought, this is a great piece for a curio cabinet. This is just it's a cool piece. It's a cool paperweight even. Not that I have some sort of business office with papers that I would use a paperweight in. Yeah. But I was just thinking it was an interesting
for your picnics piece. And the such.
There we go. Right. All of my picnics.
Right.
I'll bring this so my blanket doesn't fly away.
And it looks
I just thought it was neat.
Yeah, no, it looks like it's a lock for tugboats. Like it's just such a huge. That's the thing. It's like, what is it for?
I would really love to know, but I am going to try to research a little bit more. I'll keep you updated if I find out any information. I did notice there's a little 444 stamped up here, and I'm not sure what that means. But I can't imagine someone would go to this much work to build a prop, but I've been wrong before.
And use that much steel.
Yeah.
Well, the downside is if you try to lock it to test to see, you don't have the key, so you'd have to, it's like, okay, it seems to actually function as a lock. And then you just you're stuck with a knot.
You're reading my mind.
Yeah, then your wrist is basically trapped in this lock forever because you decided to really do a test.
Oh my God. I could see that happening very, very easily. I was actually worried that I was going to close it on accident and then it was just going to be stuck in one position and someone was going to say, well, it's not valuable because it's not open.
There was, last night I was watching a show from Rooster Teeth called Nomad of Nowhere. It's on Peacock. And I wrote for the second season, which never aired, which was very sad. But I was rewatching the first episode, and they just have this moment where they have the deputy who's locked himself into the jail cell, and he's got handcuffs, and he's handcuffed himself to the jail cell, and he's just like, I don't understand why he did this. And he's like, I thought I could get out of it. And so every time we go back into the jail cell, he's in a new, weirder, harder to get out of convoluted situation. He's like, wow, please don't tell everybody about this. Just
is he Southern?
It's from a Western. It's a kind of, the show is about a Western dystopia and bounty hunters are after the last magical person. And
that sounds fun. What's it called?
Nomad
Sorry,
of
cat hair.
Nowhere. It's a great show. I love it.
No
It's
one of nowhere.
Nomad of Nowhere. It's a nomad.
Nomad of nowhere. I'm
Yeah.
writing
No
it down.
man of nowhere. Got it.
Yes.
No, but yeah, that's what.
Nowhere of Nomad.
Chris, what's your item of joy?
Oh, yes. I will tell you. It was nearly, I'm going to. I love Trevanian, and I like the Iger Sanction quite. I've read all these books, but I always pick them up. The Main is a genius book. Shibumi, I've reread every year pretty much. And those, I just buy those books whenever they come across. I get it. And it's a little problematic. I think, at least in the movie version, the antagonist's dog's name is the F-bomb. So a word I wouldn't say around my gay friends without their express permission. So it's a weird 70s throwback, but it's a great thriller. He's a very funny writer. But my real thing that brought me joy is this: skimpy hair and hippie hair.
Whoa!
This came as
skimpy skirts.
Oh, skimpy skirts.
Hair.
Yes, thank you. Good eye.
Wait. What's happening?
It's I'm holding a book. I don't.
No, but who is this? Is this a novel or is this about?
It's,
It looks.
what does it mean? What does it really mean? What should Christians do? And what does the Bible say? It has a heavy youth pastor vibe, just from the just like, all right, what's going on with these hippie kids and their short skirts and hippie hair?
You know who the original hippie was? John the Baptist? No, it's Jesus Christ. Well, you ruined my timing. Thanks a lot. There's always that moment when you find something like that you're just like, you just get really excited, and it's like something like that, or the truth about witchcraft. You're like, oh boy, and then you flip it over, and it's like, what did the Bible say about? And you're just like, boring.
Like just kind of like doing a cursory kind of. It's pretty ponderous and. Like I don't like it's just like it feels like they're trying to. It's kind of like the old scare tactic of like this is what parents right now are terrified of. Their daughters wearing short skirts, their sons having hippie hair and doing drugs, and what should Christians do about it? Buy this book for 50 cents, and it just feels like.
But then it doesn't really help. Yeah, it's
I can't imagine. Like I should read it, and if I do, I will do a separate video explaining how bad or good. But
and if the techniques are accurate.
Yes, exactly.
Well, will my daughter stop wearing short skirts? I don't know.
Eventually her legs are going to give out.
Eventually we all stop wearing short skirts.
Exactly. But let's move on to our next segment, which is going to introduce the Trash Dragon of the Week.
All right.
Ooh.
All right.
Trash Dragon of the Week.
Trash Dragon of the Week. Rawr.
All right, and we have the Trash Dragon of the Week, who is Trash Dragon Tommi. Yay! Who's been you are our first Trash Dragon guest.
Such an honor. Thanks, guys.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for showing up and looking good doing it. So, tell us a little bit about your thrifting journey through this life. How did you start? Where did, kind of like, what was your earlier memories of thrifting and what kind of drove you into it?
I think first it was like garage sales when I was a kid, finding I found this really cool bicycle from the 60s. And then when I got into junior high, high school, then I started looking for clothing. and then I just started going to estate sales. I still go to garage sales. The last time I went to the thrift store was with you, Chris, and I want to go back.
To the bins?
Yeah, we need to go to the bins.
Yeah, as we were talking before, like Tommy's the only person who can, other than the other two in this on this video call, can go into the bins with me, just because it's such I don't make it intense. It's just an intense experience. So I admire your fortitude. But did you like when I started thrifting, I went to garage sales with my mom, and it was kind of a way for that. Is that how you got started? Did you go with someone, or was it just a self motivated?
Yeah, it was just self-motivated, but I would go to they're not well, it's kind of a flea market, but it's not really the flea market, but in Orange County there's the what are those called? They don't call it a flea market. It's just a everybody has like stuff that they sell and it's kind of newer
Right.
stuff.
Hmm.
Do you know
Oh,
what
like
I'm talking about?
I think like they do that in Los Feliz, where they're like it's a flea market, but it's all like crafts, like
The
homemade
Sawdust
crafts.
Festival? Is it the Sawdust Festival in Orange County?
No, what
Or
is
is it like
It's
an indoor antique mall
they
type
call
where
it a swap
vendors?
meet.
Right.
Ah, okay.
There you go.
That's
Right.
what it's called. Sorry, that took way too long for me to come up with that name.
No.
But we
I
would
got
do that as a kid too. Like as kids, we would
And
go with my
you
parents.
grew up in the LA area, right?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
Trying to be vague.
Yeah, fine. as well as you should be.
No,
Mystery will drive the show forward.
No.
Who is this person who thrifts and might have been from LA or possibly not?
No, I was from Riverside. I don't care.
So what you brought on a couple things for us.
Yeah.
What you want to bring on your first collection?
Well, let's see. I do collect a lot of things, but I just wanted to show you this really quick. It doesn't have anything to do with anything, but I went to a yard sale a couple weeks ago, and the person hated it and was going to pay me $1 to take it away. It's a Danny DeVito pillow, like one of those.
Yeah. One of the.
change
Oh my
it?
god.
Yeah. And I just I'm so happy about it.
Yeah,
No,
as you
you
should.
should be.
But I have to get a pillow for it. I still haven't done it, but I just wanted to show you that this exists.
Wow. I honestly didn't know
love
they
that.
had. I didn't know they could do like photorealistic images of those flippy
Yeah.
sequins.
That is amazing.
Is there
I mean,
is there a better
it's
name than
magical.
flippy sequin, or is flippy sequin okay to describe it?
Flippy sequin
Yeah.
is great.
flippy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
the whole point of the show is to be like, hey, you know what's great? This stupid thing that has no reason existing, but I love that it does.
But what a good surprise, because you flip it all the other way and then someone says,
Yeah.
wait, what is that? And then you just go, shoot. Because it's the
Yeah,
biggest,
and then it's
the
like-
least expected thing is
Your
Danny
pillow
DeVito.
talk boyfriend.
Yeah.
It's
You're like,
Frank. Oh, so
it was.
Yeah.
This was made by Rhea Perlman.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I don't know.
That's
They were
amazing.
going to give me $1 to take this away from them.
Did you
insane.
take the $1?
No, I was just like, no, just give him to me.
Curse your kind heart.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, that's my PSA for today, that exists.
That is
I'm looking
just
it
be
up.
aware. So, all right, thank you. That's a great first top item. What's the next?
Boy,
Am
that's-
I just doing like show and tell? I love this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm in, like-
show and sell.
Show.
What you got?
Yeah. So, we like to collect like schlocky Halloween stuff.
oh
And,
hell yeah.
And so this, I'm trying to find the power switch for this turkey, but his eyes move back and forth. Oh, it's here. He's
Yes.
That is.
and then I won't turn these on because we won't be able to make them stop singing, but their eyes light up and they sing like really silly songs. So I have the monster
river.
what?
and then this one.
Oh damn.
Yeah, he sings a really great song, but I don't.
Where
I
did you
don't-
find those?
Probably not.
Flea markets.
Those are amazing.
Not
this-
Vincent
I mean-
Price's tomb.
I found this at a. Oh no! I started him again.
Oh,
This witch, and she has very beguiling eyes.
More beguiling. Ow.
Oh,
You will
wow.
do whatever you want, witch with a skull.
wow.
Yeah.
I'm easily hypnotized.
She's pretty great. And then there's anything like monster. So this Dracula kind of pops out.
Okay.
Does he pop out of the cat? Like, does he sit upright in the coffin, or?
Yeah, when his batteries are.
Do you guys
I don't.
do you guys
little-
put a whole menagerie of these things
Little-
during Halloween, or is it just for yourself?
These are just year round. Let's look at monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little like this one we just got. It's a little bicycle horn.
What every kid needs. That's the best.
I love collecting like dumb skeletons that are just like the uglier the better.
That's great.
Like terrible.
Is that a bendy
And then
one? Is it actually?
it's a bendy one.
So it holds its
You can
pose.
pose
Oh,
it.
no.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
So
These
he's
are
like-
these are.
no, he's blown out.
Why don't we go on to our next segment, which is the discussion part of the show, and this part
Yeah.
is the discussion question for the week, or the kind of topic is art that you always look out for. So, as the guest, Tommy, would you like to tell us the kind of art that you always look out for?
There's a few pieces,
Mhm.
two of which I sent you photos for.
Right.
If you'd like to.
I'll put them up here.
If it looks like if it looks like it should be from like a dark shadow set, I want it.
Right.
Got it.
Just recently we found a shipwreck painting and it's horrifying. There's lots of dead bodies floating in the water. It's
Oh, wow.
horrible.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And then we also like fan art.
Oh, my.
Is that Tom Selleck?
Yeah, and this one too. Hold on.
Whoa!
From Figure.
Wow.
Are those from two different collections that you purchased them, or?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
It's just
If those would be
people-
perfect if they were velvet.
Yeah.
I know.
Only the thing that would make them better. That is amazing.
So
Yeah.
That's pretty
it's like
great.
a little angel on my shoulder.
I once found a.
That's
I
incredible.
can't remember the character's name, but there's a character in Hill Street Blues that was like he looked like he always wore a beanie and he had like
Oh yeah, he was the kind of guy who growled a lot.
yeah he was sort of like the wild guy, the
Yeah.
wild man of Hill Street Blues.
Yeah.
But I found somebody had
Yeah.
done a pencil study of him at a
Oh,
thrift
great.
store. So I bought it and no, it was at an estate sale and I bought it and I gave it to my friend Chris, who's an editor. He's an editor at Craft, so
Oh,
he had it framed and has it hanging on his wall. So
I don't like that you know two Chris's.
Ooh,
And give the other one.
You're right.
son.
You're right.
Boo.
He should be Chris
Presents.
Balls, and you should just be Chris.
Yeah, but
Chris Omega. Chris.
Joe gave you his heart.
I know. What do feelings have to do with me? Nothing. All right, my friends, Ricky and Matt have like a fan art painting of Dolly Parton and Cher. Like they had it at the top of their stairs. and
together?
like hanging out
Oh.
together, and it's just
Yeah,
like
that's good.
good.
perhaps the best gay painting I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's
I
beautiful.
love it.
Yeah, I would
Uh,
want that for sure.
So, Katie, why don't you tell me about the art that you've never passed up?
That I never pat. Okay, so I never any painting that moves. So you plug it into the wall, and like the river trickles,
Oh yeah.
or the city twinkles, or something happens, and they're usually heavy and in a big frame. Anything that has a moving element to the picture, I always try to buy it. If it's in my, I've had several, and they've all eventually broken. I don't have one right now, so I spotted one when we were outside Atlanta, but it didn't work. So it lit up, but the feature didn't move, and I was like, "Ugh, I like it when the water moves
Yeah.
or something. It's a waterfall. Yeah, those I like very much.
What does it take to move them? Is it take a motor or does it take a?
Yeah, you plug it into the wall.
Okay,
It's just
so
some
okay.
weird little
Okay.
picture, but they're usually really large, heavy, and loud.
Yeah,
They make
okay.
a noise. There's a motor in it that
Got it.
something's moving.
No, I love those.
Yeah,
I've seen those, and it's
yeah,
like
they're
really
real
kind of
fun.
poorly done. Usually rivers as well.
Sure. Yeah, or a water. And I'm not really into nature scenes. I'm much more into gothic scenes. So it's very it's sort of the antithesis of what I tend to go towards in art, but for some reason the fact that they move makes me very excited
Yeah.
when I see it.
You and Tom, it sounds like you and Tommy would have a knife fight over the Dark Shadows.
Yeah, for sure.
paintings.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We actually, where we got married was the interior was the set of The Haunting. And so it was
the 1960s one?
We actually almost considered the one with Liam Neeson, or not Liam Neeson, Lily Taylor.
Oh yeah.
It was that one. Yeah. So they had basically this weird mini golf place outside of Long Beach had bought this bunch of the set. So it looked like a gymnasium from the outside, and you walked in and it's just this like gothic masterpiece. But the art was almost so intense that I was like, should we cover it? Are people going to be? And I was like, no, absolutely not. I'm leaving all of it. But there were some bodies and things, and the art was huge. Anyways, regardless. The other thing that I always look for are, the 80s artist Patrick Nagel.
Oh, yeah.
He did, I tried to look it up. He did women that look, they all have sort of
super pale, like
dark,
high contrast. Yeah.
Yes, they all look like they belong in a old salon, like on the wall. So my best friend looks a lot like the woman that he painted. Like Chris can attest, our friend Rami looks exactly like her.
Yeah.
So I always look for prints that are. And I actually found one for her once.
She has had some people make pictures of her into Rami, into Nagel prints.
She looks exactly, and the one that I found at a LA thrift store, I gave to her because I was like, I want to keep it, but she's the rightful owner.
Yes, she's a massive claim on it.
Yeah. And then I would say anything weird, and I'm going to show you what I bought in Atlanta this weekend. It's not everyone's taste, but I do like anything funny. I like anything that does also looks like one thing, and then when you look closer is something else. I get very excited, and especially if it involves cats at all, I get very excited. So we did find this series of basically classic horror villains. It was Pinhead and Leatherface and Candyman,
but
cats. They had positioned them with a bunch of cats. And they were these little sketches, and they looked really happy in the pictures. And I was like, I love that it's these classic horror people with cats that are having a fun time around them. Yeah. Anyways, but I also found this one, which I don't know if you can see who it is, but it is.
Is that Bill Murray?
It is. Oh, it's getting my light. It's Buffalo Bill.
Oh my God. Oh,
wow.
I was trying with a poodle and everything.
Yeah. So he's got the lotion in his basket.
Right. And it's covering the lotion's covering his ding dong.
Yeah. And he's just a tattoo art print of Buffalo Bill. But in my head, I was like, that's the ticket. Because you don't know what it is right away. Then you look close and you're like, is that? Yes, it is. It is.
There used to be a velvet painting museum in LA that was one of my favorite places to go downtown. That the great thing is like they would have Warren Oates painting, like movies, like Two Lane Highway. I'm pretty sure I sent these to you, Joe. Like when I went there, like they would have like Dolomite, like a lot of 70s icon, like movie, like kind of obscure movie icons. They would have velvet paintings of, and they would have like, I think David Bowie as a centaur, and just.
I would love that. Yeah. That I'm all.
It was I think it closed.
I wish
over
I could
COVID,
paint.
But, yeah.
So cool. Oh, and then one more thing really quick.
Please.
I tend to not find paintings that I like, but I do tend to find art books a lot. And I get very excited if they're artists that I like.
Yeah.
So I do tend to have, I've known to like look in the books and see if I can find, and even if they're in bad shape, I'll buy them if it's an artist that I like. And I've had some luck with that.
Sometimes. What are those artists?
Mark Ryden?
Yeah, Mark Ryden is one. I got really lucky because his, especially his limited edition books sell out faster than I can get them. Yeah. And then this is Travis Louis, who does like these hyper realistic, but the people are, they're just like fun little monsters. Yeah. They're having fun.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, good. They're having a good time. And he named them all.
He what?
And he named them. Like, this is Uncle Wally, and he's got a little story. I like that.
Yeah. Joe, do you have an art that you can't pass up or always look out for?
I will always, I've shown some of my stuff before, like the children's book illustrations. I'll always get if I see them. again, don't know what the children's book is, but it's still pretty cool. There's I have another one downstairs. It's a children's book about a. It's got umbrella in the title. That's all I could figure out.
Got it.
Sad, but and then there's also a. But that also like goes hand in hand with commercial art. So like there's the romance novel I have the cover of, which I've shown on this show before. Have another romance novel cover that is I can't figure out which one it is. But anything like that just like and also has like some 50s commercial art that's just very it's like I unfortunately it's at the antiques mall right now, but I bought it the antiques mall I have space in, I should say. But it's like it's a 1950s full color illustration, and it's like a teen boy sitting sort of like kind of back in a chair, and he's holding his like whoa. And there's a teen girl like sort of like huh. I don't know what exactly she's doing, but it's. I mean, there were two of them where I in this estate auction. So I don't know if like he just did a series of that, or if it was just like one. Yeah,
I have so many questions. I have a lot of questions. He's holding his nose and just chilling, and she's like, we don't know.
Was it a Hardy Boys or Nancy Drew?
No.
Yeah.
Which cover?
It was not. I think it was
funny.
I think it was a magazine.
The Case of Nancy Drew. And who farted?
So can you hold up that first print again? The one with the girl?
It's
hold it up
actually
close to the camera.
Ink on it's like ink on board.
Fantastic.
Yeah. It's really cute.
Also,
it's really
something
cool.
Joe gave me
It's really charming.
That was a prized possession for many, many years was he found in, I think, a dumpster, a Wrigley's gum, like someone had made a presentation for like the ad company where like, hey, why don't you go this way? So they had all the different flavors for Wrigley's gum, but they had like circus themes. So it was like a strong man and all these kind of like juggler, and there was like three different things. And Joe framed them, and it was the best day of my life.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
that's neat.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah,
it was a lovely. It was a lovely dumpster pick out of Chicago, right by the Wrigley Building, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh wow!
And there was more. I think.
And then the other
how big were they? Were they like that, or were they like a poster that?
Some of them were big, and some of them were like small. I think the ones I gave that had framed Chris were like small, and they were like made into it. Made into a triptych.
Yeah, it was a triptych. Yeah. So it was like basically a little bit bigger than a sheet of legal paper. And it was great. I will see if I can find a picture of that. What I will do.
So
are you done, Joe, or you got something else?
Well, I have and then I'll just buy if there's art that's like weirdly. This is a big one. Weirdly unsettling. Art.
Is it erotic?
Nope. Okay.
No, but I also that's another.
Oh
one.
wow! Oh wow!
Oh, what's he doing? Are they doing?
It is. It's just like it's this. Edward Boybeck is his name. He was his name. I think he passed away. Well, I know he passed away because we found his obituary. Reached out to his family, and nobody would answer. Like nobody ever got. Like I got this at the auction I frequent most. The auction I frequent most frequently. Oh, that sounds terrible, but you know what I mean. Anyway.
Yeah. Your most frequented auction.
Yes.
Yeah, my most frequented auction. My most beloved auction. And I know that he reached out to the family members. I reached out to family members, and nobody got back to either of us about
What does that mean? I wonder.
I would say it's probably he was like sort of the black sheep of the family, and nobody wanted to talk about him.
Right.
And he died in the 80s, so we're guessing it was HIV.
Oh no. That's an amazing picture.
Yeah.
Like that's a real painting. That's an original.
I've seen that artist before.
Love that.
It's fantastic.
Gigantic. Oh, This was 1990, so it was not he died after. Obviously, he died after this, but so yeah, very unusual picture. I really like it a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then there's also the weird erotic paintings I have that
You're not allowed to show.
Yeah, you're not allowed.
I'm not allowed to show.
I already told Tommy no nudity, and she yelled like
Well, the
sent
one is-
multiple messages excoriating me. First time as an adult man, I've cried. So
I feel like you're besmirching my good name, sir.
yeah.
She
Apologize.
shan't have it.
We shall do that, Dawn.
You shall have fisticuffs.
And
Please. And so here's the stuff I do. No, Tommy does nothing but make me smile.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. All right, Toots. No, Tommy's the best, one of my favorite people in the entire world. So,
You did say that before you came on.
likewise.
yeah, I did say
You
that.
said that
Really?
right
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Yes, you did. That's how you were described.
Yep.
Mhm.
I love you.
I love you too, Tommy. We should hang out more, and we will.
I know. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
This LA life, it drives people apart. Anyway, so here's the art that I can't. I always look out for. So I have a bunch of pictures, photos on my wall, which are essentially just like very candid photos. It feels like I collect pictures of like real photos framed that feel like a special moment that was captured. Someone's a nice dinner, a celebratory thing. There's a man riding an elephant. There's
Wow.
two firefighters in arms, kind of like holding each other, being like, "Yeah, this guy."
we put out that fire, dude.
Yeah, we took out that fire, but it's just like I have like I'm building an entire wall of people I don't know, but I like the fact that I have their stuff. Like I'm that.
Yeah.
That's going to be my tombstone. Here lies Chris. I have your stuff.
I have your stuff.
And so,
In case
but,
you were
Everyone's
looking
going to
for
dig
it.
you up.
yeah, or their photos back. So this is by far, like I have a lot of great ones, but this is by far my favorite. So this is
I know her.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
a woman and a baby, and it looks like
Oh,
the
no.
baby is the husband.
Oh my
And because he's got his arms around her, and he's got an expression on his face that's just like, "Hey, Toots, let's go out to get a couple of steaks after this, a couple of martinis. We're gonna have a good time." It's just,
He does.
I love it. Like he has just an expression, and she's so proud, and he just looks old, like an old man in a baby's body. And I love
Best
it.
case scenario. That's
Yeah,
really
exactly.
funny when that happens.
It's
That's really
it's a
fun.
freaky, not Friday, but some day of the week got freaked when this happened.
They're from Mork's Planet.
Oh,
Planet was
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Mork. Yeah, Mork. Yeah, no, that's. I'm pretty sure that was just a way to have Jonathan Winters on the show, but
Yeah.
because he was Mork and Mindy's baby. So,
Yep.
the other
Brilliantly.
thing
I loved it, Jonathan Winters.
the other thing I can't pass up is like basically yellow 70s art, like this thing that you see behind me.
Yeah,
I also
That's
have
gorgeous.
I have a yarn owl over there, and then I have another sunflowers in also yarn, but different yarn on my other wall, and I love 70s art, especially when it's yellow.
That is good to know.
Yeah. I love this kind of like weird spacescape. It looks like a sci-fi novel. And then it's just those are the things I tend to look out for. Those are the things I will always pick up. But I also picked up a tiki Frankenstein and Lady Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh, that's good.
I did bring it.
Oh, wow.
So they look like lava lamps, but they're Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And it looks just like someone went to Tiki, like sold these at Tiki Oasis, which I describe as a 4-day event of Tiki stuff that is 3 days too long.
Is it really? Oh boy.
That's about right.
I've been once, and it's fun, but then it's just like, all right, gotta.
It's fun until it's not.
Yeah. Especially for someone who doesn't
Yeah.
drink, and like just everyone's kind of blasted and there to wear their tiki finest, and it's fun, but it's just like it's too much for me. A kind
Where
of
is that?
that's in
Where's-
usually like they do it a couple
San
different places.
Diego.
San Diego, but I think they're doing it in Arizona now. I think we are.
Something to say.
Huh? Who? You have something to say?
Something to say.
Yes, Katie.
I have one thing to say.
You always
I
have
see a
the-
lot of yarn art here.
Yeah.
And so I will be on the lookout for you, especially in yellow. My sister also likes yarn art. So
Yeah.
I've been buying her whenever. I got a lion and a giraffe going so far, but I'm gonna now know.
I've
Now
got,
I know
I've
that
got
you like it
a
as well.
yellow yarn art owl, and it's like sunflowers, and I love them both.
Oh, that's good times.
Yeah, that was-
And also a question for Tommy, who's been an amazing
Yes.
guest.
Yay! Run the
Have you
ball.
seen in your journeys Frankensteins?
I'm sorry.
The Frankenstein what?
Frankensteins.
Yeah.
Like the glass, like a
The
beer
German
stein?
beer, German beer.
Oh, yeah, beer
Franken-
stein.
Stein, yeah, with a Franken look, with a
Oh.
Franken.
That's
Have you s-
awesome.
Have you seen that yet?
No.
Okay, then TM, we should do it. There you go.
Yeah, we should do
Oh
it.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
everything
Yeah,
said
yeah,
on the
copyright.
show is trademarked. It automatically.
Because if you haven't seen them, and I haven't seen them, I feel like there's a gap in the market.
I know
Yeah,
that there's
we should make
tiki.
monster stuff together.
Mhm.
I think I know that there was Alamo Draft House was selling kind of like tiki stuff with like monster movie stuff, like kind of it was like tiki glasses, not a stein. I think steins is a
That's
really
different.
great idea.
A stein with
Yeah.
a lid that
Yeah,
opens
no.
and
With the lid that-
Yeah, it's his mouth,
Yeah.
and it just opens up. It's like,
Uh-huh.
so, that is a great idea, and you guys should
$1 million.
collab.
There we go.
Yeah,
Yeah, it can come up on his like stitched brow.
Exactly.
That's
yeah.
where-
And the stitches go back, and then hers can be the hair.
right.
So
Yes.
the top is the black with the white, and it can
Yeah.
peel off.
Katie, I feel like you're my new best friend. And I
Yeah,
love-
we did it.
I get 10% of this friendship. That's all I'm asking for. I get residual
Yeah.
friendships.
I think that Tommy should be a regular guest.
I think she will be. Like she was like one of the first people I thought of when I was just like, oh, you know who should I have on? Tommy. You should see the studio
Dracula.
her husband owns. It's all tiki
Made-
stuff, and yeah, just
little boat.
everything is
He made that or
Wow.
like designed it.
yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
What's happening?
I've recorded a bunch of people in Kyle's studio because he allows me a free access to that for shenanigans I pull. And every celebrity I brought in has been just like, what is this magic place? So it's pretty great.
That's how I want
guys should all
people to
come out.
feel. I'm gonna set goals.
We're all
Goals.
going to be
I
living
want
together.
people to.
And so
That in our
Yeah.
in our LA house. That's right.
yeah,
I
we're-
love this idea.
Yeah, we're just going to put
When is this happening?
we're going to put cameras, and it's going to be real sexy and drunk.
Is it the real world?
Yeah.
Like
Real world
The
Tiki
real
LA.
world trash edition. Trash edition.
Yeah, just
Can Francis come? Francis needs to
Francis
move in
can
as well. We got to have a dog.
try.
You would love.
I want a dog, yeah. I want all the animals.
I've got baby fever for dogs. Definitely.
There we go.
I know.
But we're gonna have to wrap it up. But thank you so much, Tommy, for being the best and also the
Thank-
best first guest.
You're the,
You're the best.
oh my gosh.
We're gonna.
You're the best.
You're the best.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for
You're
coming on.
all the best.
Yeah, 5 stars,
All of us.
gold stars, every A+, all the way
No.
across. Everyone, you did it. Feel good for the rest of the week. That's
Thanks
Dr.
so much for having me. You guys are all super rad and awesome, and I want to know more about you guys.
And you'll be back.
Not in a creepy way.
Yeah.
And you'll be back. And please be on the lookout on the internet for Frankenstein's.
Yep.
TM.
Yes.
Coming soon.
We're gonna do it.
I'll tell you how to hack their computers later, Tommy. All right.
Okay, good.
You'll know everything. All right. Thank you, everyone. And like and subscribe and social medias and everything you need to do to
Tell a
support.
friend, rate, review.
Exactly. Thank you.
That's all.
Bye, everybody.
All right, thanks.
Hey, thanks for coming, everybody.
Don't you see the difference in the difference that you make from the cops that you put to the names that you take? You got ladies and bees all giving you honey, and you whack more balls than the cover of money. You know Melissa Cherry doesn't do porn to get money.